Hello, welcome back to the channel. Just a couple of episodes ago, we lost 2 games on the trot. The question is, have we got back into form in the Championship? And have we got close to the top of the table? We'll find out on today's episode. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 110 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games, both in the Championship. First game up is against a side that is currently lying 7th in the table, and then we face the team that is 2nd in the table. As I said in the preamble, question has arisen, have we actually got back to winning ways, and where's that left us in the table? We'll find out in just a few moments from now. But before we do anything else, we do have the draw for the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. I'll hand you to Pass Mark. Well, thank you to Future Mark. Yes, here is the draw for the Carabao Cup. It's the quarter-final draw. 8 teams in the draw for 4 games. And the teams in the draw are Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester City, all Premier League, Manchester United, Mansfield from League One, Newcastle, and ourselves. So we have 6 of the 8 teams are Premier League sides. Mansfield in League One. We are in the Championship. Who's going to get drawn first? Newcastle. Newcastle will be at home to us, Weymouth. So we face Newcastle at another St James's Park, this time up north. Chelsea will play Everton. Mansfield of League One got a home draw against Manchester United for a place in the semi-final. Arsenal, current holders of the competition, of course. They will play Manchester City. That is the draw for the quarter-final. Newcastle will face Weymouth. Chelsea will face Everton. Mansfield will play Manchester United. And Arsenal, the current holders of the Carabao Cup, face Manchester City. Well, thank you very much to Pass Mark for that draw. And as you will see, we face Newcastle on the 19th of December for the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Can we make it through to the semi-finals? It's going to be a toughie if we are, because we are at St James's Park for that one. But we've got further than we ever have before, so things are good. Right, before we round up on what's happened since you were last with us, don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, what you'd like to see me do in FM25 when we get to it in March, hopefully. We should have been there by now, but yeah. Let me know what you like to see me do more of on the channel. Right, let's get into it then. Let's have a look and see what's been going on since you were last with us. We've played 2 games. Last time out, of course, a 3-0 win against Swansea, DeBeo, Wakachu and Franson. Then we managed to get past Exeter City on penalties, Patterson with a brace, and beating them for the quarter-final tie, which has been drawn. Since then, we've played 2 matches, both in the league, at home to Barnsley, a 3-0 win on that occasion, and Wakachu was in fine form. Ball forward, 0-0 at half-time. Franson through to Lawrence. Lawrence loses the ball in the area. The defender plays it back to the goalkeeper. Wakachu putting it away. Lawrence with a throw-in. Russell Denny. Juric into the area. Wakachu putting away his second. And just 7 minutes later, Wakachu rounds off his hat-trick. Lawrence gets this ball into the area. And Wakachu putting it away. And a 3-0 win against Barnsley. 12 shots, 5 on target, 2.88, 47% of the possession. It's unusual for us not to have as much possession as our opponents, especially at home. They had 5 shots, 4 on target, 0.65 and 53% of the possession. Wakachu, rightly so, picking up player of the match. 3 goals, a 9.2 for him, but also doing very well. Yale, Virginia, 8, and Henry Lawrence also getting an 8. And Zoran Juric, who's breaking into this side, 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance and 1 assist, also picking up an 8. So after that 3-0 win against Barnsley, we went away to the south coast, deep down in the bottom of Devon, to face Plymouth. And having scored a hat-trick in the last game, Wakachu was to score again. Juric supplying Wakachu. Wakachu doing exactly what he did in the previous game. So having taken the lead on 13 minutes, Plymouth came back at us. This ball over the top. Aziz between 2 defenders. De Beo making a mistake. 1-1. But it was a short-lived lead because Wakachu this time supplying Johnson. Johnson to Patterson. Patterson 2 minutes later getting us in front again. Just as it looked like we were going to finish the half 2-1. De Beo making another mistake. Aziz curling it into the bottom corner. 2-2 at half-time. Nzingo coming forward on 62. Juric out wide again. Crosses his ball in. And it's headed clear by Clark. Keeping it away from Patterson. It's pulled back for Johnson. Johnson pulled down by McAteer. And it was O'Grady Mackin who stepped up to take the penalty. 3-2. And that's how it finished. O'Grady Mackin from the penalty spot on 62, giving us a 3-2 win, and a tight match it was too. Plymouth had 19 shots, 7 of which were on target, a 2.15, but only 37% of the possession. We had 16 shots, just 5 on target, 3.19, and 63% of the possession. And this is how it has left the championship table looking. We are top on 36 by virtue of Derby. I think we'll go back and have a look at the scores in a minute. But they've lost the last 2 games on the trot. In fact, we can do that, can't we? Better still, they've lost to Birmingham 2-1 and Preston 2-0. So they've hit a bit of rough form. 2 back-to-back like we did. But we are in front of them on goal difference. Both of us on 36 points in the automatic play promotion places. Fulham now are up into second, having won their last 3 games on the trot. Just 3 points adrift of us. A further 1 point adrift of us are Bournemouth and Portsmouth, who are in 4th and 5th respectively, basically separated on goal difference. And Middlesbrough, who were going quite well, they won 4 on the trot, drew their last match. They are up in 6th on 30 points, and then just outside of those playoff places, Burnley, who we face today, who are on a run of 3 draws. They've won 2, drawn 3 of their last 5 games. Hull City are in 8th on 28 points, just on goal difference from Birmingham, who are in 9th place. And then comes Millwall, 10th on 27. Then there's a 6-point gap down to West Brom, who are in 11th. So that's how the table is looking. Down the other end of the table, there are 4 teams on 14 points. That's Luton, Watford, Swansea and Preston. Preston out of the bottom 3 for the first time this season. And they've managed to pull themselves up to 21st. They've got a 3-point gap over Plymouth, who are on a 3-game 3-game losing streak on 22nd place. Stoke are down in 23rd. Nottingham Forest still on the bottom on 8 points, now 6 points adrift of safety. So they need to turn things around very, very quickly. They do have a new manager as well. So that's how the table is looking going into today's games. So without any more to do, let's get on with it. Our first game up is against Burnley, who we face currently 7th in the table. And we haven't played them, I don't think, before. Let's just check. We haven't played them before in this series. So again, it's a bit of unknown quantity. A trip to Turf Moor there, where it is gusty and drizzly and 14 degrees. Let's see if we can get a result and keep this new unbeaten run going. And here is the side that will face a Burnley in this Championship match day 17, a third of the way through the season at this juncture in time. Yale Virginia is in goal. G. Olsen and DeBeo are our defensive line, albeit DeBeo didn't play particularly well in the last game, or one of those games, made some mistakes. Johnson and Lawrence are the wide players. In fact, he made 2 mistakes in that game against Plymouth, didn't he? Johnson and Lawrence are the wing backs. O'Grady Macken continues between them. It's Derry and Adamson are the wide attackers. Juric he's not in today's squad. He's gone and played in the under-18s, I think it is. I'm not quite sure why I did that. Having looked at the last 2 games with you, I'm thinking maybe we should have carried on playing him. He was in some good form. So we may reintroduce him in the second game of the episode. We'll see. And Nzingo is back from injury. He is between Derry and Adamson. Wakachu up front. Nzingo has played in the under-21s just recently and scored 2 goals. So he's hopefully hitting a bit of form just at the right time. On the bench today, it's Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Holman, Peters, Patterson, Russell Denny, Darcy and Daniel Jefferson. And here we are at Turf Moor. Burnley playing a 4-2-3-1. Graham Potter is their manager. And we play our 3rd kit for possibly the first time this season. In our creamy colour. Playing our usual formation, of course. We are top on 36. Burnley are 7th on 29 points. Our first highlight comes 16 minutes in. Yale Virginia to Olsen. As I say, playing in our 3rd kit today. Adamson out to Lawrence. Lawrence into the path of Nzingo. And Nzingo puts it away. And he's picked up his form from the under-21s. And on 17 minutes, we take a goal lead. And it was a quick counter break. Yale Virginia to Olsen. Olsen to Adamson. Adamson to Lawrence. Lawrence pops it into the path of Nzingo, and he puts it beyond Roddick. We do get a second highlight. Derry with a corner. It's headed away by the defence. Wakachu is out there. Pulls it back for Olsen. Olsen, can he recycle this? He's got it to Lawrence. Lawrence, and he's gone all the way back to Yale Virginia as we reset. Olsen. Olsen to Derry. Nzingo. Nzingo into the area, and Nzingo is beaten. And Derry is out there. Derry's going to pull it around. He's moved it around. He's into the area, pulls it back. And Billy G gets his first goal of the season. And right on the stroke of half-time, we take a 2-goal lead. 43 minutes on the clock. Looked like all had gone lost when Nzingo was dispossessed. Derry pulls it back, and Roddick cannot keep it out. Just when I thought we were only going to get one highlight in that first half, we got a second one. It's been pretty even Stevens, strangely enough. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 51% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, 4 on target, 1.30 against their 47. And 49% of the possession. It has been pretty even Stevens. We've just taken a couple of our chances quite well. Nzingo from Lawrence and Billy G from Jess Derry. It's a 2-goal lead at half time. Can we hang on to it? And can we capitalise in the second half? They made one change at half time. They took off Ekwa and brought on Hand Noah Masengo. They have a corner here. Savio. Oof. It looks like they've made another change and missed all the action here. And Savio was allowed to run at the goal and just couldn't put it away. They have another corner. Savio is off. Masengo with this corner. It's swung in and they've scored. And Callum Logan gets a goal back for them. And it was a good corner. And Logan got away from 2 defenders O'Grady Macken and Billy G. It's unusual for Billy G, and beat Yale Virginia at the near post. And with nearly 68 minutes on the clock, making two changes, Glory Nzingo, who has had a good game, but he is tiring. We thought he might do. He's been replaced by Emeka Peters, and Grady Macken. He's picked up a yellow card, not having such a good day out there. He's been replaced by Russell Denny. All cleared upfield. Nwakachu out to Adamson. Adamson, what's he going to do? Adamson's into the area. He's won the ball back, pulls it back. Wakachu tries to get a shot away. Derry does, and it's gone out for a corner. And Burnley ringing all the changes. Think they're in desperate to try and get us. And this ball swung in. It's cleared. Peters, and the ball goes out. Here's the breakaway again. Adamson coming forward. Nearly lost out. Cut it back. And the first shot was blocked by the Wakachu from the defender, Samuel. But it fell nicely for Derry. And with nearly 77 on the clock, we are replacing James DeBeo in defence with Will Armitage. And the other change that we're making is Wakachu is off up front. He's been on good form, but not today. And Daniel Jebson comes on and replaces him. They come forward. Masengo is dispossessed, but it's given straight away by Lawrence. And Mullings is on a run. He crosses this into the area. We're in trouble. But luckily, it's been put wide. Masengo losing it and winning it back all in one move. And Mullins run at the defence. This is Armitage who's come on. It's crossed in, but Toure, G marking him closely, puts it wide. And with 88 minutes on the clock, we are making our final change, and we have taken off Jess Derry, who's had a good game. He is tiring, though. He's coming back from injury, so we need to be careful with him. He's had a good run out there, though, today. And we've replaced him with Travis Patterson. Patterson, who's come on, plays that ball back to Russell Denny. Russell Denny finds Jefferson. Jefferson, I thought, was going to lose the ball there. Russell Denny comes forward again. Russell Denny into the area. Russell Denny tried to go for that far post on his own. Lawrence with a throw-in. Armitage. Dangerous position for it in the defensive throw-in. Russell Denny goes out wide to Patterson. Patterson to Johnson. Johnson comes forward. He's got that through. Patterson doing a lot of running around. He's defended well, and there's danger. They've got a counter-attack on, and we're outnumbered in the defence here. Oh, and he's put it away. They've equalised, and he's offside. Thank goodness for that. In the 4th minute of time added on, and we thought they had brought it level, but they haven't. Toure had run on, and he pulled himself back, but not enough. And we have beaten Burnley by 2-1 at Turf Moor by virtue of that disallowed goal right at the end there. But he was definitely offside. So that's how it was supposed to be. 2-0 at half-time then. We didn't have such a good second half as we had in the first half, but we weren't bad. And, well, we managed to keep them at bay after they appeared to be coming back. Luckily, Logan's goal on 68 was no more than a consolation. They had 11 shots, 4 on target, 1.95 and 48% of the possession. We had 13 shots, 7 on target, 2.45 and 52% of the possession. We probably should have had more goals, to be fair. Henry Lawrence picking up a player of the match, 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances and an assist, a 7.7 for him. Let's see where that leaves us. And here's the day's results. And we've re-hit our form just at a time that Derby County seem to be slipping somewhat, having lost 2 games on the trot. They've drawn today, and that was at home to Norwich City, a 2-2 draw. But of course, we faced them in a 6-pointer, so we're 2 points over them now. If we can beat them, we'll be 5 points clear of them at the top of the table. And well, wouldn't like to say where we could end up with that. It's going to be a tough match, but it's going to be a good one. We have played them, of course, in League One last season. Fulham having beaten Sheffield United by 2-0. Sheffield United been poor form since they dropped out of the Premier League. They are up to third on 36 points, 3 points behind us up the top there. Bournemouth are in fourth on 32 by virtue of their 3-2 loss today to Coventry. Portsmouth are in fifth, also on 32. They lost 3-1 to Barnsley, and Hull City a move up into sixth on 31 points. Hull beating Middlesbrough by 4-2, and Middlesbrough just outside. They've dropped out of the top six by virtue of that loss to Hull City. Down the bottom end, Preston are 21st. They lost 4-2 to Queen's Park Rangers. Sheffield United, as we know, lost. And Luton Town, they drew 1-1 with bottom side Nottingham Forest. Stoke and Plymouth. Plymouth are losing 3-1 to home to Swansea. And Stoke, they had a 2-0 win over Millwall, so pulling themselves up out of there for the minute. So at the bottom, it's Preston on the trapdoor for Stoke, Plymouth and Notts Forest in the bottom three. Luton Town and Sheffield on 15 points. And then Watford and Swansea starting to pull away a little bit now on 17. Norwich also pulling up into 16th place. That is how it looks. We have just 3 days down to the game against Derby County. We'll come back with any news. So you come back and join us on match day for this second game of the episode against Derby County. It is Championship match day 18 of our season. And we have played Derby County before. We played them 3 times, in fact, twice at the Bob Lucas. A 1-1 draw in the Carabao Cup in 2028 when we beat them on penalties. Last time out, though, in League One, we did lose to them at the Bob Lucas. Ben Ashby, the scorer, after 43 minutes, couldn't find a way. Very close, tight match, as they have been all the way through, because we've had 2 draws and a loss, and it has been very tight. The last time we played them at Pride Park, goals from Snedden on 10, and Nzingo getting an equaliser after 34. We took the lead from the penalty spot on 52, but Latessa scoring for Derby on 68 meant that that game was a draw as well. Let's go and see if we can beat them properly for the first time this series as we face Derby County, currently in second place. So it's a 6-pointer if we can get it. The only advantage is we are at the Bob Lucas. And here is the side that faces Derby County in this match day 18 of the Championship. It's first playing second in today's game. And the team that will play them looks like this. Virginia is in goal. G, Olsen, DeBeo, our defensive line. Johnson and Lawrence are the wing backs. Grady Macken playing slightly more forward to start today's game. Patterson and Jurich back in on the right side of attack because Adamson isn't 100% fit. And Nzingo also not 100% fit, but he does start the game between them two. Wakachu continues the attack up front. Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Holman, Derry, Anders, Adamson, Russell Denny, Darcy and Jefferson make up the bench. Here we are back at the Bob Lucas then, and our by now familiar formation back in our usual kit as well today. And we played in our third kit. And Derby are playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. They are in second on 37. We are top on 39. Can we open a gap up? A 5-point gap over them today. Let's go and find out. You have to remember is they're not second for no reason at all. Lawrence with a throw into O'Grady Macken. Jurich. O'Grady Macken crosses it over the other side of the pitch. Johnson is there. He has a shot from distance. Come off the woodwork, I think. Jurich back into the area, but straight into the arms of Grimshaw. Cash in for Derby to Max Bird. Hughes. Nally. Matombo, and it's it's gone in. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. We'll have to see the replay. It was almost like they had the ball and then lost it all in one move. And Yale Virginia beaten from distance. Matombo coming forward, and it was Johnson who stopped the ball, and Matombo just hit it from about 30 yards out, and Yale Virginia off his line, and a good goal. Matombo, who scored the goal, gets the throw in. Cash in. And you can see why Derby are in second place. McIntosh, and it's gone in for a second goal. And we go 2 behind. Now we're in trouble. And on 34 minutes, we are behind. Derby have overtaken us again. We need to turn this around and sort it out very, very quickly. Max Bird supplying McIntosh. McIntosh beating Yale Virginia. On the clock. Lawrence with a throw-in. So O'Grady Macken back to Lawrence. O'Grady Macken, Jurich. DeBeo. And it's come back off the woodwork. McNally clears it. It's not cleared though. It's going for a corner. And we've missed an opportunity to get one back there just before half-time. Patterson with the corner. Not scored many from corners of late. O'Grady Macken brings that ball down nicely, finds Lawrence, who's the last defender. It's not going to come to anything. And Patterson back off the woodwork. McAnally getting rid of it because Wakachu, I think that's Wakachu. Who's that? Asden Zingo. That has to be Wakachu. Was lurking, and we know what Wakachu can do. It was cleared for a corner. Right, a stern talking to the boys at half-time. We've had 8 shots, 3 on target, 0.89 and 61% of possession. We shouldn't be 2 goals down here. They've pickpocketed us for sure. I mean, admittedly, the first goal was an absolute screamer and well played, but we should never have conceded that second goal. They've had 6 shots, 3 on target, 0.62 and 39% of the possession. Always expected it to be a tight match, but I didn't expect to be 2 goals down at half time. Let's go and sort it out if we can. And we've had a word with the boys at half time. First highlight of the second half. G with a free kick to Patterson. Johnson through to G. G's on his own, pulls it back, and it's gone wide. It's gone for a corner, I think. Has indeed. Lawrence with this corner. It's fired in to the back post. We haven't seen a corner from a goal from corner lately. Sibley has got it. Wakachu with a free kick. Haven't seen Wakachu take many free kicks. Grady Macken's on the pitch. I'm not sure what's going on. What's Wakachu? Is it going to be one off the training ground? He's gone direct and scored a goal. Wakachu with another free kick. This time chipped in. Olsen, it's pulled down. Johnson has got us level. 2-2. And we've pulled it back. Cushion with a throw in. DeBeo heads it away. Back to Cushion though. Price. Price has the ball. He's pulled it back. Solis out wide to Cushion. King. This feels very ominous. Sibley. 61 minutes on the clock. Solaris. Out to Thomas. Thomas crosses it in. It's headed away by DeBeo, but only as far as McIntosh. Oh. And a good save by Yale Virginia. It's gone for a corner. Matombo swings this in. But it's headed away by DeBeo again. Good bit of defending. King into the area. And Johnson gets rid of it for a throw. 69 on the clock. Lawrence with a defensive throw. O'Grady Macken out to Patterson. Patterson nearly didn't get there. G heads it into midfield, and it's gone through. Clark is out wide. This is looking ominous. Into the area, and Price steps up, puts it beyond Yale Virginia. 3-2. 75 minutes on the clock. Another free kick. Russell Denny this time. Oh, and the goalkeeper clawing it away for a corner. Grimshaw getting to there. It was going in the top corner. We know Russell Denny can score them. Derry with the corner. This one, and it's headed away. Another corner on the other side. Russell Denny, 81 on the clock, and it's gone wide. 87, and are we going to miss out? Time is ticking. Derry with a corner, swung in. It's headed clear. Patterson gets there. Darcy back to Derry. Derry. And he's put it away. And Jesse Derry makes it 3-3. Gee, can we go and win this now? This would be rather splendid. Olsen, Armitage. We're looking like the more likely at the moment. Derry, Armitage, Holman. Holman finds Derry. Derry into the area. Wakachoo's, it's blocked. Patterson was brought down, but not a penalty, I don't think. No, it's a corner. We get another chance. Right on time. 6 minutes of injury time to be added. Derry. Can he get this in the right place? It's to the back post. It's saved, and Grimshaw gets hands to it. Well, it's ended 3-3, and I think with buttons that have not been pushed or pushed in the wrong order, and I don't think we have recorded the end of that game, or at least the second half. So we're going to have a look at that in just a moment. So the second half may have been just the sort of highlights, and if they were, I do apologise. 2-0 at half-time then, after we went behind from Mutombo and McIntosh on 27 and 34 minutes, 2 goals in 7 minutes there. We did get back on terms. Wakachoo on 55, Carl Johnson on 59, threw everything and the kitchen sink at it to try and get back on level terms. But Price getting Derby in front again on 70, and it looked as if we might end up losing the game. But Jesse Derry, who come on as substitute, scoring after 88. And really, we should have won this game. We threw everything down the kitchen sink at them. 17 shots we had, 9 on target, 2.33. 60% of the possession. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, 1.63, and 40% of the possession. How we didn't win it, I don't know. Ronan Darcy picking up a player of the match. Come on 67. He's 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, and an assist. Got 7.7. Doesn't say a lot about the rest on the pitch, does it? Jesse Derry also doing very well. Come on at 67. Got 7.6. Also doing very well. 1 key pass, 1 clear-cut chance, and a goal. He had a good game as well. Looks like the substitutes helped us out on this occasion. Maybe, just maybe, it means that Jesse Derry... Hello, we got something or other going on here. Aliens, as Ledujo would say. But yeah, definitely coming on and doing the business in this game. Maybe they should both have starts in the next game. We will wait and see. Let's go and have a look and see how that's left us in the table. Well, as we head headlong to December in game, the day's results mean that we do stay on top. Only 1 point now between us and Fulham, who are in second place. They are on good form, I'm guessing. Fulham beating Portsmouth by 2-0 today. Derby County remain 2 points behind us in third place, dropping down because Fulham have overtaken them. Bournemouth then are a further 3 points behind Derby on 35. Portsmouth 5th on 32. Hull 6th on 31. Burnley are 7th on 30 points. Millwall are 8th, also on 30, separated by goal difference. Middlesbrough dropped down to 9th, also on 30. Then come Birmingham on 29. They dropped down today. Their result, a 3-3 draw against bottom side Nottingham Forest. Are they starting to pull themselves out of it? They've closed the gap to 5 points at the bottom there. It's looking promising from their point of view. Bournemouth beating Middlesbrough 4-3. Huddersfield losing 3-2 to Millwall. Watford beating Hull City 4-1. Norwich beating Plymouth 3-1. Burnley only a 0-0 draw against Luton Town. Preston and Coventry 1-1 draw. Preston, of course, pulling themselves clear. We're on the bottom for a long while. Sheffield United still can't get away, and they're dropping slowly back, having pulled themselves out, slowly dropping back down into there. Stoke 1-1 draw against West Brom today in Midlands derby, so that will have done them some good. Swansea beating Barnsley by a goal to nil, and of course our 3-3 draw against Derby County, which leaves the table, as we said, looking like that as we go into December. We will come back. We're going to play Portsmouth offline. They're currently 5th in the table. We're going to come back for games against Sheffield United, currently 20th, and Coventry are currently 14th, as we try to continue this unbeaten run, now extending to 5 games in the Championship, 6 games in all competitions. Well, yeah, we're going to have a couple of games to try and keep that going. Away to Portsmouth isn't going to be an easy game at Fratton Park, but hopefully we can do it. So I hope you will join me for that in the next episode. And talking about next episodes, that will be our first episode post-Christmas, because this being Christmas Eve, I'd like to wish you all a very merry and a happy Christmas to every single one of you, and for all of those that have subscribed, thank you very much. It is much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to date, then why not do it today? Leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and that will keep you up to date with all future episodes. Helps me on the channel, thanks me as well. And well, as I say, if you are enjoying it, if you don't enjoy it, leave a comment. Let me know what it is about it that you don't like, and I will try and improve as we go towards FM25. Of course, bottom to the top, and our other series, Going Dutch, will be notified to you if you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, Bottom to the Top is released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. The best way of keeping up to date when everything's happening, when it's coming out, and all the rest of it is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. As I say, have yourselves a great Christmas. Enjoy the day tomorrow. Enjoy family and friends and all the rest of it. And if you've got a spare 5 minutes, don't forget, we're back. We're Going Dutch on Thursday and Bottom to the Top on Friday, both at 4:15. And I look forward to seeing you then. Have yourselves a great Christmas. Take care. Bye-bye.